It's been a very special year for the IET, and despite all the obstacles that have been thrown our way, we've achieved so much. Even though we've spent most of the time right here at home, communicating and interacting with each other in the virtual world. But now things are changing. Before we celebrate what's to come, let's take a look back at where it all began.
We had plans to celebrate our 150th anniversary right here at Savoy Place, but the pandemic had other ideas. For me, our 150th anniversary year started when I was elected president back in October, which seems like a lifetime ago now. It wasn't quite the year I thought it was going to be, but I've loved every single second. I'm here in the Kelvin Lecture Theatre for the first time since I delivered my president's address, and the way we delivered it felt at the time quite new, a bit special, a bit different. And the feedback that we received from the global audience is definitely one of the proudest moments of my year as president, and it really set the tone for the year to come. But it didn't stop there. The IET were just getting started on their grand plans for the year ahead. It all started with a lot of Zoom recordings from my front room. We spoke to so many difference makers. And we announced our newest honorary fellows, including the incredible Tim Peake, June Angelidis and Anne-Marie Imafidin. We also put a shout out to find the Global STEM Personality of the Year. The winners of our 3 categories, Adult, Child and Team, are amazing. Congratulations to Mark Rober, Callum Daniel and the GB Paralympic team. We had to adapt our events for the virtual world, but we still shone a spotlight on the inspiring difference makers who are engineering a better world for us all. And you'll soon see some of those difference makers here on our stairwell when the judges from the Celebrating Impact campaign choose their engineers of the past, present and the future. Our members have done some fabulous things over the past year. As an institution, we are connected to some of the best engineering minds in the world. We've got over 158,000 members in over 150 countries, and it's been great to see all the different ways that you've got involved over the past year, from watching my president's address and other online programs we shared to engaging with our social media content. This is where we filmed the 150 show, and I got to talk to difference makers around the world. We celebrated engineers everywhere, and I loved every second of it. The IET has had an amazing year. We had our first ever virtual Young Woman Engineer of the Year Awards, which was just as inspiring as ever. We launched our Difference Makers campaign aimed at Gen Z, and that was about showing the positive impact that engineers have on our world and challenging some of those perceptions that some people have about our profession. We had a sustainability competition for children. Our local networks planned and delivered over 30 events across the world, all supporting our 150 anniversary objectives. We've had programs, campaigns, prizes. Basically, around the world, we've been non-stop. Our Engineering Open House Day went international for the very first time. We also had an amazing set of global Eng talks from LA, New Zealand, Hong Kong and India. We've reached out to touch as many lives as possible with our goal of engineering a better world for everyone. We want people to reimagine what engineering and technology is and see it as a force for the future we know it to be. We've even been pushing our political leaders over there at Westminster to do their bit to promote difference makers. Some came on the 150 show, and together with the finalists of the Young Woman Engineer of the Year, I joined the Chancellor of the Exchequer for a chat about making sure we have an inclusive and accessible sector. From inspirational talks to unlikely partnerships, such as working with the fashion industry, we're celebrating with our networks, but also going outside the STEM bubble, showing what it really means to be an engineer. I cannot believe my time as president is coming to an end, but the legacy to find difference makers of the future will continue. It wasn't quite the year I thought it was going to be, but do you know what? I wouldn't change a thing. So here's my challenge to you. By working with one another, we can make a huge difference. Let's engineer a better world and really champion those difference makers of the future.